Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, distinguished guests. Today is a very significant day because the President will sign into law two administration-sponsored priority measures. The Philippine Competition Act, which will further promote level playing field among economic competitors, and a measure which will promote competition in cargo carriage for cheaper coast-wise trade or cabotage. Mr. President, just a while ago, we acknowledged in the audience of various sectors and organizations. We have a strategic alliance towards nation building. Among them are the business, local officials, and representatives of the civil society. Before we proceed further, may I introduce the distinguished personalities seated with the President at the table. We have Senate President Franklin Feliciano Belmonte Jr., Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Commerce and Entrepreneurship, Senator Villar, Bicameral Conference Committee member and co-author, Senator Vicente Soto III, Minority Leader and Bicameral Conference Committee member, Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa Jr., Majority Leader Neptali Gonzalez II, Mark Villar, Chairperson of the House Committee on Trade and Industry, Congressman Daquila Carlo Cua, Chairperson of the House Committee on Affairs, and Secretary Arsenio Balisacan. At this juncture, may we listen to a brief message from the distinguished Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Feliciano Belmonte Jr.
Hindi ko nalalamang brief pala kailangan. His Excellency, President Benigno, the Senate President and members of the Senate, my colleagues of representatives, leaders of the business chambers, and leaders of government, my friends. It is a privilege and honor to be a part of this ceremonial signing of the Philippine Competition Act and amendments to the Cabotage laws. The signing into law of these two game-changing legislation can truly help about inclusive growth. Pero, bakit ngayon lang? Why only now? Time. The fair competition has languished in both the Senate and the House since the 8th Congress, about 26 years ago. The proposed amendment to the Cabotage law is younger. It was first filed in 1998 in the 11th Congress. Past failure of competition law can be attributed to either the lack of appreciation of the economic and social benefits of a strong competition policy or the strong opposition of our society benefit from an uneven playing and who would therefore status quo. However, this administration, the Aquino administration, has made a firm stand to bring about inclusive growth. And the only way we can reduce poverty is through such type of growth. Thus, we cannot end this administration without enacting a modern and comprehensive law and amending our outdated Cabotage law. Monopolies, cartels, collusions, and other unfair trade practices are anathema to inclusive growth. Competition, on the other hand, means more goods and services produced, more players and more employment, and lower prices. A competitive marketplace for the exchange of goods and services benefits the consumers. Competition encourages innovation and lower supplier costs. Moreover, easier entry for new players encourages investment and creates more job opportunities for our people. Increasing regional economic integration, now impending, also demands Asian policy be enacted. The benefits from growing integration, including millions of new jobs for Filipinos, can only be gained through continuing reform and preparation. Thus, we should promote competition, for it brings about good for the number of people, which is the very essence of inclusive growth. The unfavorable effect of weak competition is manifested in our inter-island shipping. This has resulted in a nearly cartelized domestic industry and very high domestic shipping cost. The amendments to the Cabotage law foreign vessels to load and unload, import and export cargo directly to local ports, while a small step in the realization of our shipping industry will in the reduction of shipping costs for our traders and exporters and prices local consumers. Our efforts should not end with the enactment of these two laws that we are signing today, that the President is signing today. We need to develop the requisite physical and human capital for the effective implementation of this. We need to educate consumers, the business community, and government officials on the context and content of these laws to ensure their effective implementation and eventual success. Today, we celebrate the signing into law of two measures that now truly see the light of day after so many years. I think everyone in the 16th Congress who tirelessly on both the Cabotage and the competition law bills should be thanked. Of course, I would be remiss if I mention our dear colleague, Congressman Enrique Juanco, who was the chairperson of the House Committee on Economic Affairs. His vital role in the deliberations surrounding the competition bill and the dedication of our staff paved the way for the passage of these measures in the House. To all of us, may we continue to work fervently towards the immediate passage of the other critical reform measures that will bring about the change that we have sought to realize in our economy, in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.